and people are loving their music and have access to their
That's
music.
how I feel about the old fighters.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like, Floyd's a great fighter. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He had 50 fights, and he says, listen, Sugar Ray Robinson had 47 fights. He lost one, then he had 78 fights. Then he had a 78-fight winning streak.
Yeah, but you even
he had 47, lost one, then 78 winning streak.
But even more
like
modern than that.
Knockouts.
Look at Julio Cesar Chavez. He was 84-0, right?
89, 90 and 0 before he lost.
89 and 0. Wow. So it's
Don't tell me about you the greatest fight with 50 and 0, nigga. You're great, no doubt about it, nigga. 50 and 0. Chavez had 90.
Yeah.
He's fighting like what, 8 times a year.
Yeah, it's more to
whoever fought him. Whoever's in the rankings.
Well, I think it's all subjective.
Picking whoever you are, come on.
I think there are more metrics and more measurements that have to be made. I think who's the greatest is subjective. Like Mike is obviously one of my favorite fighters for real, not just because I'm sitting here. For real. Yeah. And I think any guy my age would probably feel in a similar way. But I also like Roy Jones. I think Roy Jones is a motherfucker. I think he got that's what I'm saying. He got clipped later on, but so losing doesn't necessarily define whether you're great or not. Because a lot of people lose. It is what it is. But greatness is defined. It's a lot of different ways to define it. It's not only just the win-loss record. I get it. I respect that, 100%. But if you fight long enough, and if you don't measure it, you're gonna lose at some point. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time. So, look, Marciano retired undefeated. Marciano retired undefeated. He died, God may rest in peace, died in a plane crash. He was, amazing. He was 49-0. I mean, it has happened before. You know what I'm saying? The greatness to me is the whole body of work, the saga, the fights, the getting on the canvas, the getting up. There's a lot of different things that come into play. But that being said, look, I respect everything that Floyd has accomplished. Like, I really respect Floyd. I'm not going to say, look, at the end of the day, people can say what they want about Floyd as far as his life, but he's a fucking winner. And you gotta respect that. You can talk that shit all you want, but you gotta respect that. But that being said, there's a lot of great fighters. I mean, watching what he did is great. I'm talking about his early fights, like all the crazy shit I seen him do. I remember, like, even though it wasn't super early, but like even Burbick, you know what I'm saying? Like that moment, watching this dude, like, that being said, let me just say this. That's the other thing about fighting. Anybody that laces those gloves up and puts them boots on and walks in that ring deserves respect. I don't care if they got knocked out in the first round or never knocked out, because you know what? The balls and the courage that it takes, and you putting your life on the line, that's a whole nother level. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother level. And like I'll give you an example, and look, y'all had fights and he got the best. It was a different time in your life. But even Lennox is one of my favorite fighters. He's a great fighter. Different era from you, even though y'all are similar in age. The curve of your career was different. He met you at a different time. But I still respect Lennox, like, what he did to David Tua. You know what I'm saying? But you got to respect Tua too, though. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So the craft, the art of boxing and the spirit of boxing is not about like wins and losses. There's a bigger story, I think, there, which is the spirit of
boxers,
man.
We don't look at how many fights you win and lose. We just say, what happened to you? What did you do? What happened to you? What happened? You know what I mean? Even though you became a great fighter, at the end of the game, did you leave here fucked up and shit?
Right, and plus, it's balls too, right? So here's the other thing. The win-loss thing, the thing about the win-loss and the undefeated thing is that, the guys with balls, the bigger the balls, the more likely you're going to lose. Yeah. Because you're going to keep going. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like
they want to say, how far can I go?
If you're a real intellectual, real smart person, like let's say a Marciano or a Floyd, maybe you stop early. You're like, even Lennox to a certain extent was one of those that I think he beat everybody that he ever got in there with eventually, even though he lost like to McCall and he lost to Hasim Rahman. He was able to right those losses, but he even stopped earlier. It seems to me like the more courageous guys, the Alis, the Mikes, they keep going.
No, but you got to look at these guys. The guys that keep going, we keep going, but we do it out of money. A lot of times we do it out of money.
Sometimes.
But then a guy like Ali, right? Ali do it because he believes no one can beat him.
That's what I'm saying.
He believes no one can beat him.
That's what I'm saying. That's the courageousness.
Yeah.
That's the courageousness.
Some guys fight just for money to get some money, but this guy fights because he don't believe no one can beat him.
That's what I'm saying, man.
It's totally different situation.
That's a hell of